Hello everybody, welcome back, and let's talk Super Bowl 53, shall we? Because of course we're talking Super Bowl 53, we're basic bitches here at Toy Cannon Sports, and we don't come up with original content, we just take other people's shit and we reuse it. Talking about other people's shit, well, it's actually my shit. I did another video on my other channel, Toy Cannon YT, where I did a fucking candy review, taste testing, and I genuinely don't feel good from it. Yeah, I feel like absolute shit. But let's talk Super Bowl L1 Who the fuck decided Roman numerals were what we were going to use for Super Bowls? Just number them. We have our numbers. We have our own numbers that we use that people understand in context. It's like, why do we need the Roman numerals? It doesn't make it any cooler. People are going to watch it. It's not like people are like, oh, you put Super Bowl 53 instead of L111. You can fuck off, Super Bowl. I'm not watching you anymore, okay? It's football. We're going to watch it. Just number it correctly using our numbers. For those of you who don't know, and if you don't know, I don't know why you're on this channel. Super Bowl 53 is the championship game for the NFL. It is going to be played in Atlanta on Sunday, February 3rd at some time, Eastern Time, one of those times. It will be played at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. And if you're out of the U.S., you can eat shit. No one cares what time it is for you. It's probably early ass in the morning. Couldn't care less. Hey, look, I found a hat. I just want you to know my predictions. There's no bias at all in my predictions. I just want you to know there's no biases at all. This is 100% unbiased, raw opinion. It's a spicy little opinion. It's not raw, it's grilled. It is grilled with some butter and caramelized. It's sauteed with some butter. So, Sunday we have the big game. Lots of storylines going around. Basically, the youngest coach in the NFL, Sean McVay, who I believe just turned 33, versus the longest tenured coach in NFL right now, with Bill Belichick being old as fuck. This is basically the hot, spicy, sexy new offense and coach versus the old haggard fuck, who will probably fucking win. Bill Belichick's got a deal with the devil, right? Like, him and Satan, maybe he is the devil. Bill Belichick's the devil. There you go. You heard it here first. Foosball not for my Bobby. Foosball for the devil. Or whatever the fuck she says. I love that movie. So, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, Jim, who do you think's going to win? Who do I think's going to win? I think the Rams are going to win. Rams by, I don't know, a Greg Zuerlein field goal at the end, probably. Most of the Super Bowls, I think all of the Super Bowls Tom Brady has played in have been decided by one score or less. So it's probably not going to be a blowout. I'd be super surprised if either team blew out either team, because if the Rams somehow blew out the Patriots, I'd be shocked, actually. Because Tom Brady's going to keep it close and Bill Belichick's going to keep it close. But I also don't think they're such a good team that they're going to blow out the Rams. Like, I just don't think they have the talent to do that. I think we can pencil in Tom Brady's going to throw for probably 300 to 400 yards and a couple touchdowns. I don't think that's going to be anything too crazy. I do think the Rams are going to be able to slow down Sony Michel and James White, though. I also think they're going to be able to slow down the 12 other running backs that the Patriots use. Really, I think the entire thing actually depends on how Todd Gurley plays and if he's healthy. I do think some of the stuff recently has been Todd Gurley is not healthy. I think he's going to have a much better game. I think he's going to have come out with something to prove, because he's going to be in Georgia, right? Because he's played in Atlanta, so he's going to be in Georgia. He played at the University of Georgia, but so did Sony Michel, I believe. For the Patriots, also played at the University of Georgia. But he's back in Georgia. I think he's going to have something to prove, because he didn't have a great NFC Championship game. I think the Rams winning 100% relies upon if Todd Gurley and CJ Anderson can get going. One of the things that Bill Belichick tries to do is take away the thing you do best. Now, a lot of people are arguing, well, the Rams don't really have one thing they do best, because if the run game gets going, then that's what they do best. But also, you got to watch out for that high-powered passing offense. I don't agree with that 100%. Here's why. I believe Bill Belichick's going to try and stop the run. If you can stop the run, you now have to have Jared Goff beat you. Now, Jared Goff has had big numbers, but Jared Goff has really great games when the run game gets going. It's simple football, right? Belichick can stop the run. It makes that offense one-dimensional. It makes it a passing offense. And right now, I just wouldn't trust Jared Goff to beat Brady one-on-one, right? Arguably the greatest of all time versus a third-year player. I think this was his third year. If the Patriots are going to try and stop the run, then Jared Goff has to be effective in the passing game, because if they're able to stack the box and not let Gurley and Anderson get going, if they can stack the box and not have to worry about the passing game and focus enough energy on the run game, well, that really handcuffs the Rams offense, because the Rams were at their best when Gurley was at his best. But then Gurley went down, and then they became their best when C.J. Anderson was at his best. So I don't think this is going to be a super high scoring game as everyone else is making it out to be. I know a lot of people are talking that this is going to be like 40 something to 30 something, or both teams in the 40s. I think both teams are going to be in the 20s. Maybe one of the teams gets to the 30s, so like a 31-28 kind of thing. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was like a 28-24, 24-21, something down there. If it becomes a high-scoring game, I do actually think this favors the Rams. But the Rams defense and the Patriots defense have played a lot better in the postseason than they did the regular season. So I don't think this is going to be the high-scoring game that a lot of people are thinking it out to be, that are making it out to be. I do think there's going to be some scoring, obviously. It's not going to be a shutout or anything. I just don't think it's going to be the crazy high-powered offensive game we're thinking. But I am going to take the Rams because I'm a Rams fan, and if I picked against them and they won, I'd feel stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams. I don't trust Jared Goff. I don't know if anyone else does, but I definitely don't trust Jared Goff. I do trust Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson, but I really trust Brady and Belichick. Close game, tough game, defensive game, run game. Brady's going to get his numbers, so just don't let everybody else beat you. Goff is going to have to try and get close. And I think it's going to be up to the Rams' run game and front line on their defense. Basically, it comes down to, can the Rams get the run game going, and can they get to the quarterback? Can Donald and Sue and Fowler and all of them get to Tom Brady and hit him? The best way to beat Tom Brady is the best way to beat every other quarterback. Hit him in the mouth. You saw the Broncos do it a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl. They beat Brady in the AFC Championship game by forcing turnovers and hitting him, and they did the same thing to Cam Newton. Remember when Von Miller just straight up took the ball from Cam Newton? Basically, in these championship games, obviously it comes down to defense. Defense wins championships, but it comes down to, are your best players going to be your best players? I know that sounds obvious, but there's always one guy who has like a crazy game. Like Robert Woods could be primed to have a huge game. Is he one of their better players? Of course. But he's one of those guys who could just have like a freakishly big game all of a sudden. Patriots, it could be anybody. They could pull someone out of the stands and the dude would probably have 100 yards receiving. Basically, it comes down to, can your best players do what they do? Can Todd Gurley get going? Is C.J. Anderson going to get going? Does Jared Goff make too many mistakes? You saw it in the Saints game. Once they settled down, that offense started to get going. I don't think the New England Patriots are going to be able to stop this Rams offense. So it really does just come down to, can the Rams defense stop Tom Brady? And that's easier said than done, because he's going into his 9th Super Bowl, and on 5 occasions the other team wasn't able to stop him. And last year he lost on a Philly special on just a fluke play. His defense just kept giving up points. It just couldn't stop anybody. Most importantly, and CNN reminded us of this, most importantly, forget Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and Sean McVay and Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald and Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski and Aqib Talib and all of these guys. And the most important storyline is not that it's the longest tenured coach versus the youngest coach. It's not third-year Jared Goff versus a long-time old guy Tom Brady. It's not ex-Georgia running backs. It's not LA versus Boston, which we just saw in the World Series, and unfortunately Boston won. The most important storyline is, for the first time ever, we're going to have male cheerleaders. I know. It's life-changing. CNN, luckily, wrote an article telling us about these male cheerleaders who are breaking the mold. They are part of the LA Rams cheer squad, because of course they are. They're not going to be a part of the fucking Boston one. For the first time ever, we are going to... Who the fuck cares, CNN? We don't care about the female cheerleader. You straight up could remove professional cheerleaders and no one would care. The only people that would care were the cheerleaders and their immediate family. It's not like you're going to share this article and everyone's going to be like, oh my God, It's so inspirational. It's a male cheer. If he can do it, I can do it. This is fucking football. They're more likely to be like, hey, did you see that sissy boy dancing like a fairy down there? They'd be like, yeah, let's kick his ass. Like, that's more like the response you're going to get from football fans. CNN, nobody cares. Fake news. So once again, who do I think is going to win? I think the Rams are going to win a close one. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be down to the wire. Tom Brady plays Super Bowls close. He never pulls away, but he also doesn't let his team get out of it, right? He was down 28-3 against the Falcons, came back and beat them. So expect something close. I don't know, maybe like a Greg Zuerlein field goal at the end to win it. But I am going to pick the Rams. I think they're just a more complete team, deeper team. I think there's just a little bit more talent. You can never, ever count Belichick and Brady out, and I'm not going to. Belichick and Brady are essentially Duncan and Popovich of football. You just can't count them out, and here they are again. Once again, year after year, they're always in it. I'm not counting them out. I just am going to make a heart pick. I'm going to make a heart pick more than I'm going to make probably a brain pick. I'm going to take the Rams in a close one. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Jim. Thank you for watching Toy Cannon Sports, and I will see you guys next week. It'll be a recap of the Super Bowl, and then finally we will be able to get off of football and talk about some other stuff on this channel.